everyone. Today we are going on the MLS tour in Provincetown this week. It is an absolutely lovely day. I think the weather's going to turn later, but right now, he's letting you go. Right now, we are on our way. We are going to our first property today, and that is 175 Bradford Street Extension, Unit 201. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,090 square foot total finish.
1 bedroom, 2 bath?
2 bedrooms, 2 baths.
Two bedrooms, 2 bath,
Yes.
1,090. Okay, got it.
Built in 2007, and it is listed at $1,850,000.
All right.
So we are going to head inside. If you want, follow along in the link below, and we will be back with you in just a bit.
All right.
Okay. So we just finished looking at 175 Bradford Street Extension, Unit 201.
Yep.
Really nice unit.
Yes.
It's Unit 201, but it is on the first floor.
That's right.
Now this area, when you hear Bradford Street Extension, kind of like, what's Bradford Street Extension?
Yeah.
You know, but it's a very high end neighborhood. It's right near Victor's Cafe.
It is. It's sort of like I think Bradford Street begins right around Cottage? No, right around.
You mean Bradford Street Extension?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ends by the playground, I think.
Yes. Yes.
That's on Bradford Street in the West End.
Yeah.
And this is Victor built these.
Yes.
So people who are fans of Victor's work, Victor is a builder as well as a restaurateur, mostly a builder.
Yes.
In fact, Victor just bought Bubbalas. He's going to be transforming that into a combination of residence and commercial space on the first floor.
Yep.
But people who are fans of Victor will like this. It's his quality. It was built in the aughts, but it still holds up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit dark because it's on the first level, and you don't have a lot of space around the building to let light in through the windows.
Right.
That said, you get 2 dedicated outdoor spaces.
Yes.
One is quite large, which
For a beautiful outdoor dining space, and then also the other space, and that lounge space is accessible from the primary and the living
that's true.
space. So that's really kind of nice. So guests don't have to go through your bedroom, which is really cool.
And outdoor shower.
Beautiful outdoor shower.
Really lovely.
Yeah. Bedrooms are, I mean, I think it's very generous space.
It is. And
Everything,
the
bathrooms.
What else is nice about it is the separation of the bedrooms is really nice. So
Yes. So you're not in your,
you don't hear your guests.
You don't hear them.
You don't want to because they're further down the hall and kind of separated.
Which is nice.
It is.
Yeah.
There's a primary ensuite.
Yep.
And then a bath that is not ensuite.
Yeah.
But they're for the guest room and also for guests.
Yeah.
So Rob's done. Rob is the seller. Rob O'Donnell is the seller. He's also a real estate agent, and he's done a really great job with it. I guess he's moving back to Philadelphia, where he's from.
Yeah. So we are going to go take a look now at 48 Bradford Street, which is a single-family residence. It's 1,528 square feet. And if you want to follow along, click on the link and we will be right back. Okay,
All
so
right.
48 Bradford Street,
Yes.
the single family, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, $2,900,000. Beautiful home.
It's a single family home.
Single family home. It's the basement, first of all, I started downstairs, is like really dry, I thought.
I smelled the musty smell.
You did?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I trust your nose.
Yeah. No, I did. It was actually, sometimes they leave the basement door open, the smell kind of wafts up, but it didn't. I'd only smelled it
when you went down.
when I went down.
Okay. But It's a big space.
It is.
A lot of storage.
So 3 levels.
3 levels.
It has let me see the features, the standout feature. Let's start with all the positives.
Yes,
there are lots of them.
Yes, there's lots of them. That outdoor space.
The outdoor
is amazing.
space. Yes.
It's huge.
Huge. Yeah, they've got it set up for like dining for 8.
Yes.
And also like an outdoor living room area with umbrellas.
Yep.
There's a lot of area to be outside on the side of the house, but there's also area in the back of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And there's parking for 2 cars.
Yes.
So it's pretty great as far as the outdoor space. The interior, there's a bedroom on the first level.
Yes, as soon as you walk in.
As soon as you walk in. And their layout, it's semi-open, maybe.
Yeah.
And there's a bathroom, but it's not en suite to the bedroom.
No.
Then we have the 3rd floor, which is 2 bedrooms and 1 big bathroom for both of them.
Yes.
It's not a Jack and Jill in the sense that it doesn't have 2 entrances.
Right.
But it has 2 sinks.
And it's huge.
And it is huge.
It's one of the biggest bathrooms I've ever seen.
It was big.
Yeah.
It was really big.
Yeah.
So for me, the major downside of this one is that it's right on Bradford Street.
It's right on Bradford Street.
In really like less than a block than from the intersection of
Right.
Shake Painter and Bradford.
Right. So,
the cars that are going past the house are generally accelerating up the hill.
yes.
So there's noise.
So there is noise. There is traffic noise. And it's challenging getting out of that driveway,
It is.
which, for someone like me, that's a thing.
Yep.
I just want to back out of my driveway.
And there's the Provincetown House of Pizza next door, and it had its exhaust fan on this morning, which also is noise.
Right. So
Yeah. However, this is under contract.
yes, it is.
So
Yes.
somebody liked it enough.
Somebody liked it enough. So, yeah.
And I suspect that it is pretty close to asking because it wanted a contract so quickly.
Very quickly.
And
Yeah.
asking is what again?
229.
Right.
Yeah. So we're at our next listing.
Okay.
And that listing is 3 Franklin Street, Unit 2.
Awesome.
A 2-bedroom, 1 bath.
Mm-hmm.
It's listed at $1,298,000. Oh, I think I have somebody for this.
Okay.
It's 690 total finished space.
Okay.
All right. So if you want to follow along, click in the link, and we will be right back.
All right.
Okay.
3 Franklin.
3 Franklin Street. I do like that unit.
Yeah,
I
agree.
It's in a great neighborhood.
That's what I like about it.
It's
More
just
than anything.
yeah. I mean, is where it is. You're
Mhm.
like right behind pretty much Perry's Liquor.
Yep.
So it's right on that corner there.
Right. Across the street from where Perry's is.
Yeah.
One building in towards Bradford on Franklin Street.
Yes. So, and it's really nice. There's there's 2 there's a parking space in tandem.
Tandem parking.
You go upstairs and outside, and it opens up to your outdoor space, which had a really large table. They had a grill up there, really good amount of space up there for your outdoor space, and it had like a rain guard, so you could sit outside in bad weather,
Mm-hmm.
which is great. And also it had a water view,
It did. Yeah.
a really nice water
A
view.
bona fide water view.
Yes, like legit water view.
Yeah. Not like the best water view,
No, but it's
but
there.
a bona fide
But-
water view.
And then, it had 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Good sizes,
Yeah.
it was pretty, generous.
Lived larger than it seems.
Yes, it did.
Because it's just barely 700, not even 700.
Yeah, it's just under 700, and
2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms.
The bathroom is nicely renovated.
The bathroom is nicely
It's
renovated.
green.
It is green.
You'll see in the pictures below when you check the link. You'll see what it is, but it actually looks pretty good.
It does look good.
Yeah.
It does look good. I like it. And, I think, for how it's priced, I do think it's priced well.
I did too. And again, it's all the location.
It's totally location. And we talk about this all the time about how, one street over is a completely different.
That's true. And this street is this place in the neighborhood. So it's in the West End, but it's not too far west.
No,
I think it's right at the turn.
It's right at the turn. So it's totally walkable.
Yeah. This is where people want to be.
This is where people want to be.
So my observations about it though is just the some things to point out, because they're not going to show in the listing, is the deck on the second floor. This is the second floor, a 3-unit building. This is in the middle. So the decks are all stacked on top of one another,
right,
which is why you have rain protection.
So your neighbor has egress.
Right. So if you're hanging out having dinner on your deck, you may have somebody from the 3rd unit pass down
either
the
up
stairs.
or down. Yeah.
So you don't have complete privacy in that way.
Right. But that's
it's Ptown.
But that's Ptown, and that's kind of.
And my other observation, and this is for people, there are people out there, and I get you.
Mm-hmm.
You people, I totally get you. When you are in a unit where the floors, walls, angles are not properly 90 degrees to one another, makes you crazy. And so this is the case here. The floors have a slight slope to them, and the ceiling where the wall meets the ceiling has a little bit of an angle in places.
Yeah.
So it makes it challenging to hang artwork.
Right.
Because it makes it look kind of off. Again, this is Ptown. There are lots of properties.
A lot of older properties here.
But but there are people out there who are like, I can't bear it.
Right. And then there are other people who
love the imperfection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that just sort of adds to the charm.
The charm. And my recommendation is, even if you're one of those people who needs the angles and the curves and everything, I would say go check it out.
Yeah.
You can make this work.
Oh,
it's a great location.
It's a great location.
And it's a good price.
It's a good price.
You'll rent it all day long if you want to do rentals.
Yeah.
So I would definitely go
check it out. So now we are off to C65 Franklin Street. So we're just kind of going up the street.
All right.
This is a brand new build. It's listed at $3,149,000. It is 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and it is 1,860 total finished space.
Okay.
So we're going to check that out, and we will see you in a bit. 65 Franklin Street.
Yes.
We just went right up the street from where we were the last time.
Across Bradford.
Across Bradford. So it's a totally different neighborhood, even though we're on the same street.
It is, yeah.
We were talking about that, how like every block in Ptown, it is so different.
That's true.
And how things are priced accordingly, and then a lot of people don't understand that. So
this part of when I first came here in the aughts, they used to say that the West End was only the area that was south of Bradford Street to the water.
Right.
And on this part of town.
Mm-hmm.
And that the area north of Bradford Street, they referred to lovingly as Linguiça Valley, because this is where a lot of the Portuguese still had lived.
Yes.
And I remember also over the years, the sort of snickering that when people started calling this part of town the West End.
Yeah.
Because they were just like, that's not the real West.
It's not the real West.
Well, guess what?
It is.
It is.
Yeah. This house is a brand new build. I mean, the painter is actually still in there right now.
Yeah.
Painting. What
Yeah,
can I say?
I mean, it's brand new
It's
construction.
brand new.
It is a
Everything
condo.
brand new. It is a condo. It does live like a single family.
Exactly. It's 2 other units in the association that are in the same building. So the association is total of 2 buildings.
Right. And
This
3
one,
units.
3 units.
Right.
This is a standalone 1,800 square foot residence, and it's an upside down concept. So
Yes.
the bedrooms are on the ground floor, and all the living space
It's upstairs. Yeah.
And I think the reason that they did it that way is because you do have a nice view of the monument up there.
Yes.
And the deck space up there, it's nice to have a deck space. It's a little higher. You get rooftop views. And,
Yeah. My home is an upside down. You know
that's
that.
right. Yeah.
So so we have all the views upstairs, and the primary is upstairs. And yeah, it's nice. It's nice space that way because you can be working in your kitchen and looking out, lovely view, and it's great.
Some people don't like upside down houses.
No.
Just because that's just not how they want to live.
Right.
So if that's you, this probably won't work for you, but it's definitely worth a look.
Absolutely.
The bathrooms are insane.
That bathroom.
Yeah. The primary bathroom is a steam shower.
Yep.
It has a specialized steam component in the walk-in closet that you lift like a seat with a hinge, and you open it, and there's this big steam generating device.
Yeah, that's luxurious.
It is. The deck on the second floor, as we mentioned, is really great.
Beautiful.
And then you have a good patio on the first level, and you have parking. Lots of paneling. So it's sort of like custom finish work, like custom woodwork finishing, which is I tend not to see as much of it these days as I used to.
Right.
So and it's a little different.
I like it. I think it's sharp. I think I think it looks nice in that unit.
Yeah,
I do like it.
It's definitely a choice on the builder's part that you kind of have to get behind, because it is everywhere.
Yes.
It's not an offensive choice, or it's not like something that feels too in your face. If you hate paneling, you're not going to like it.
You're not going to like it.
But it's good paneling.
Yeah, it is good paneling. I mean, everything in there is very good quality.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth taking a look at it. If you are interested in taking a look at it, please click on the link, get in touch, and we would love to talk to you more about it. So the next unit that we are off to see this morning is 66 and 70 West Vine Street.
Okay.
It's a total of 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms.
Okay.
Built in 2025. 1680 square footage.
Okay.
So this is kind of like a farm and a barn, and it's been on the market for a little while.
It has, but I think, is this the first time he's offering everything?
Everything.
Yeah.
Originally it was just the house. Now it's the whole
the barn, everything.
Right.
5 acres, right?
Yes, and it's 5.38 acres.
And what's the asking price?
$3,700,000.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Because it's a horse farm.
It is. I mean, the thing is, the horse farm is not going to be worth what, and you can't really do anything with the land. That's the other thing.
Right. It has to.
Because it's a conservation land.
Right.
So you can't buy it and then build a bunch of buildings on it.
Right.
So,
but I mean, it's for somebody who, loves horses.
I know.
This is.
It's true.
I mean, what an amazing opportunity. So we're going to head off to 66 and 70 West Vine, and we are going to take a look, and we will be right back. And if you want to follow along, click on the link.
So what do you think? 66 and 70 West Vine Street.
Yes. I mean, this neighborhood is just...
Yeah.
It's just so beautiful.
Well, first let me say, who ever thought there was a horse farm in Provincetown?
No, I know.
It's still kind of crazy.
It's kind of
I mean, you do kind of learn about it when you come, but it's still remarkable to see it.
It really is, because you just don't think of a horse farm.
No,
here.
no.
And it's big.
Right.
It's really big. It's
5 acres.
Over 5 acres.
And that's big for Ptown. I know y'all from Texas, 5 acres ain't nothing, but
no, but I mean around here.
Yeah, 5 acres might as well be 100 acres. Because
exactly. It's huge.
Yeah.
So I mean, the home is beautiful. It's lovely.
Yeah. So the developer is selling the home, and he's a horse rider. Something he got into late in life.
Yeah.
He loved it so much he bought the farm, literally, and then he built. He also built homes and sold some homes on there.
Yeah.
He built a house that he was not going to sell with the farm. It was just going to be a house with a view of the farm. And he did a great job. It's 3 bedrooms.
Yes.
Is it 3?
Yes.
And that's right, 3. And so beautiful, like, finishes. It has a very kind of masculine, kind of chunky feel to it.
Yeah.
But rich, you know, it doesn't feel no cost cutting really. It has a really lovely feel to it.
It does.
The lower level is all open.
Yeah.
With a view of the horses, and then the upper levels where the bedrooms are.
Yeah.
It's a single family home. It's got really great landscaping on the exterior.
Yeah.
And then so he was going to sell that, and then he decided to just sell the whole
thing. And it's special, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like I recall when I used to drive the Dew Tour truck a few years ago, and every once in a while, early in the morning, you'd see the horses out on the trail and it was just magnificent, because you would drive along and then you would see just like these horses just.
Well, the other thing,
sand. It was very special to see, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what I wanted to say is that don't get excited that you're going to take 5 acres of Ptown and build a bunch of buildings on it, because it is conservation land.
You're not doing anything else.
No, you're not doing.
But
it's protected.
It's protected, and
But it's a protected view. So
yes. So if you are interested in learning a little more about 66 and 70 West Vine Street, please click on the link. Again, we would love to talk to you about it. So the next property we are going to see now is 5 Seashore Park Drive, Unit 1. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1290 total finished space, built in 1985. And it's listed at $799,000.
Okay.
So we're going to go take a look, and we will report back after we have done that. All right. So we just saw 5 Seashore Park Drive, Unit 1.
Yep.
So Seashore Park, this is located on the other side of Route 6.
Yep.
And a lot of this is kind of like where a lot of year-rounders live.
Yes.
Because they don't allow short-term rentals here. You can rent for monthly.
In this area. Seashore Park area.
In this Seashore Park area.
Nelson Avenue, they
it's
do,
different. Yeah. But so it's a very specific buyer.
Yes.
This is not a home for, someone who's going to come in June, July, and August on the weekends or whatever. It's and rent it out. This is somebody who wants to be in Ptown.
I think so.
Year round, or a good chunk of the year.
Because you get more for your money.
You get more for your money, and it isn't a great spot. And everybody I know that lives here loves it, because it's a real sense of community here. People,
yeah. But most second home buyers rule this area out.
Yes, because it's too far away from the center of town.
Because I think what people want when they buy a place in Ptown, and this is why I live here, is that I can open my front door and I can walk anywhere
you want. Yep.
And when you live across Route 6, you can still walk. It's actually it's not really that far.
It's really not that far, and it's walkable.
And it's
they have,
it's certainly bikeable. Like you get on your bike and literally in 5 minutes you're in town. But
the whole mindset is it's too far away.
And
yes,
it is a bit of a walk.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not like being
it's
near
not
commercial.
the same as being near Commercial Street where you can walk to everything.
But this one.
But that being said, that unit is $799,000,
which is great. How much square footage?
It's 1,290.
That's a lot of square footage for 800,000. And how many bedrooms?
It's 2 and 2.
That's right. So it's 3 levels.
Yes.
Interesting thing about it is that it has a wood burning fireplace that heats the whole place.
Yeah.
It also has splits and baseboard heat. So it has the 3 heat sources, but they mostly use the wood burning
fireplace, which is nice.
And it's interesting because it's on the main level, the first level, and then there's this sort of vent tube that goes through each level. It's sort of what provides the heat that comes off.
Yes.
To heat the whole house.
Yes.
It feels like a cabin in there.
It does.
Doesn't it? Like it's sort of wood. It's wood trim, like wood colored trim style trim.
Yeah, it's kind of like reminds me of like where you went with your parents on summer vacation.
Totally.
You know.
Yeah, it feels like
I liked it. So if you are interested in taking a look at 5 Seashore Point, please click on the link below and we'll connect. So the next and final unit that we're going to go see today is 262 Bradford Street, Unit 2. It's 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 490 total finished space, and it is listed at $895,000. So we're going to go take a look. If you want to follow along, click on the link, and I'll report back to you. We don't like strangers.
No, he's not from around these days. Well, what'd you think?
I really like this unit.
I really like it too.
It's so 262 Bradford Street. It is not on Bradford. So you have to go up like a very long driveway, and it's you're kind of going up a hill, and it's very wooded in here. We were saying that it kind of has like a little, kind of like a Truro vibe.
Absolutely.
In here, and it's like you're just living.
It's a magical, like, little Shangri-La. It's sort of in the woods.
It's so quiet here, but I mean, you're literally right here.
You're right by the Ptown Theater.
Right by the Ptown Theater. You're right by the Surfside Hotel.
Yep.
So you're just a stone's throw from civilization.
Yeah. Walk to Finizzi's. Walk to East End Market.
Yeah. It's lovely. And it's got like a nice kind of cabiny feel again.
A high design cabin.
But yes, not the one that your parents took you.
No. And it's
this is like the one you went on your honeymoon.
It's standalone cottage.
Yes.
And it feels just really precious and private, and it has an amazing 3-season room.
Yep.
That faces the trees.
It's like you're in the trees.
It's like you're in the trees.
It's like a little tree fort.
So though there are big panels of glass there now.
Yes.
That you replace with screens when you want to.
Yeah.
Make it a more summery experience.
Yep.
And the choices are just really smart. They're not over the top.
No.
They have a little bit of a mid-century modern feel to it, especially that there's a wood-burning stove in the 3-season room.
Yes.
Which hangs from the ceiling.
Which
is really
it's
cool.
Lovely and cozy. And I really, really like this unit. And the price has been reduced.
It has.
So it is now priced at $850,000.
Yes. And I think it's worth it.
I think it's priced really, really well.
And one thing you do get because I do have somebody who was interested in this too, and they were curious about the storage, and so I was looking at it with that eye. There is really a challenge for storing, your interior home items, like where you're going to put all your clothes, and where you're going to put just the things that you keep in your closets and drawers at home.
Right.
There's just not
a lot of that.
But it does have a dedicated storage space that is in the form of a garage that
you share with the other units.
You share with other units, but the spaces have been cordoned off for each unit, and you can lock them. So you go into the garage, and there's sort of like a small room that is for this unit.
Yes.
And you can put your stuff in there. And then it looks like there was common storage for bikes and things like that inside the garage.
Yeah.
So, for everyday living, if you're going to spend, say, a summer there, it might feel tight because you're not going to be able to have all your things with you.
Yeah.
But for someone who's going to come and enjoy it for a week or two, at a time, rent it out, that kind of thing, it can work.
Oh, it can absolutely work.
And again, design for me was really lovely, and it just felt comfortable. It's a space I would enjoy.
Yeah.
Especially like if I was a writer, I would love to.
Just
rent that place. I could write.
Yeah.
At least I would think I would write, but I probably wouldn't actually write.
I would hope to write.
Yeah, exactly.
So, so that is the MLS tour for this week.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Done.
That's actually a lot.
It was, we saw a lot today. And if you're interested in 262 Bradford Street or any of the units that we saw today, please click in the link below and reach out to us, and we would be happy to talk to you about it. So we will see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.